Hello, this is Mind. Welcome to another video. This is going to be for D&D Beyond, and this is actually an update to a previous video I made um, regarding swapping out the spells list for Aberrant Mind and Clockwork Soul. The select spells and Clockwork Magic, and swapping out these spells when you level up, which basically involves creating a homebrew of the subclass and then changing it that way in your homebrew version. I want to make an update to this. Just because the way I played before was decent enough if you wanted to change one or two spells overall. However, if you have taken a look at this, you're planning out your character, and you already know that for whatever reason you're not going to choose any of the spells that's listed there. I'm just going to use Aberrant Mind as an example, because I used Clockwork in the last one. But it works for both, as well as for any other that would come up, until they fix this issue on D&D Beyond, which will probably not happen for a while. Let's be honest. So, but let's say you're probably just going to want to change most, if not all of these. What can you do? Well, the process is very similar, but basically instead of swapping out with a specific spell, there is an option to just choose spell, and then you can choose that in the character builder. And every time you go back into the character builder, you can get to choose it again and substitute for whatever you want. Which is kind of the way they should have made it in the first place, but there you go. The upside is that you'll be able to select your spell a lot more easily every time you level up without having to create a new version of your homebrew subclass copy. The downside is that the options that lets you choose can be filtered or reduced to the specific requirements of this feature. For example, you can only choose between divination or enchantment for Aberrant Mind. You won't be able to filter it by that way. Also, it's going to be too complicated to have the available choices be specific to what you'd normally pick for your character level, or in particular your sorcerer level. This is a small issue because you can filter by class, sorcerer, warlock, or wizard, and you can just leave it open to choose any spell from the spell list, and that makes it a lot easier for you to choose. It'll be up to you, sort of on a system, to pick the right ones. So anyway, let's get into it. I'll start from the beginning. I won't do here. So you still have to make a homebrew copy, which does mean that you would still have to own the subclass, either by buying the book it came in, which I think was Tasha's, or by buying the specific subclass from the marketplace. So here we want to go to create subclass from the collections homebrew menu. And then here we would choose Sorcerer. And then select existing subclass as subtemplate. I do apologize for my speech, it's been a weird day. I'm going to create, as I said, Aberrant Mind as an example, but this will apply to Aberrant Mind and Clockwork Soul or any future one they make. There's going to be similar style with spellers. New. So let's rename it to something that's a bit better. Let's find out to use. So in this case, I'm going to put in, say, full spell, or just put in whatever you would make it sense, because of course you want this to show in your sections. Version 1, although it doesn't really matter. Yeah. For some reason, it doesn't ever copy the descriptions over it, which I don't know why it doesn't. If you're creating a copy, you're obviously wanting to make small adjustments, but D&D Beyond is like that. So it's basically just this. And here we go. Okay. I'm not going to put the whole thing here. I'm going to put this here. I'm just going to take this part here for the short thing. I don't think the short description really matters because I don't see where you actually see it. But there you go. Don't need to do anything there. And before you do anything else, save changes. And now it's going to. There we go. Thank you. Okay. So now we go down to, in this case, the Sonic Spells feature, where the spells maybe. No. You could probably just leave that the same. I mean, it's at the end of the day, it's copied for you specifically. So go down to where it says spells here, and you can see it goes all 11. It's going to be tedious, because rather than doing it one by one, we just edit just one of these on that I needed. In this case, you'll be having to edit all of them, but it doesn't take too long. The basic idea is that you would click edit, and then remove whatever spells listed here, and in where it says spellclass, choose the ones it says, which would be Sorcerer, or Wizard. I just want to make sure it is the right one. That doesn't really spell. Yeah, there is an option, as I said, to limit it by. I think I've got about sneeze. To limit it by the spell school. Okay, you don't need to make any other changes. It's already set for you, just as it is. And then you do that for all of them. Although, instead of the one where it says Mind Sliver, because Mind Sliver is a cantrip, do you have to limit it by cantrip actually? I'm just going to check. There was one spell you gave from this feature with another spell at the same level. Okay, okay. It would help if I read it, so when you're editing these, do include the spell level. In this case, we're basically with a first level spell. I'd say that would be a bit, yikes. Here we go. And same in this case for Mind Slayer, which is the cantrip. Again, it'll also be cantrip, and then this would be, yep, Sorcerer, Warlock, Wizard. And again, just save. Now, what you're going to want to do is do that for all of them. So yeah, I'm not going to record that, so I'm just going to do that in a moment. So be right back. Okay, I'm on the last one. Here we go. Remove that, put in spell level, which in this case is the 5. I do the tab because it's easier. Then click S, click W, tab, click, tab, and then we add them in. We draw it in and save. So I did mess up a couple of times, but that took me like 6 minutes, not even. It does take a few minutes, but yeah, this will be 2 of each spell level. First level, second, third, fourth, fifth. This will also eliminate the problem, because some of the spells here, like Aberrant Black Tentacles, some Aberration, some of these are in certificate books or are not free, like Arms of Hadar is not a free spell. That's from the PHB. As Black Tentacles is one of the non-free versions. There's a free version called Black Tentacles. So because some of the ones are not free, if you had bought the subclass itself and not the actual book or PHB or wherever these spells came from, you would not gain those spells. So even though they're on there, they won't be added to your sheet. So this solves the problem of that as well. So once that's all done, save again, and you should be good to go. So let's create a character and make sure that it actually works as intended. Where are we going? Tools, create character. I'll just go standard, it'll be faster. We do have to make sure that homebrew content is turned on. And then we just go to raise. Hello, dark program, whatever. Class. Sorcerer. And make sure I get everything here. I don't care that. G to do quickly to demonstrate, and then go here and choose when it loads our homebrew version. Now here it will give you the blue exclamation mark because now you have to make choices. Yeah, it doesn't really separate them. But if you go in, you can see that these are the first level spells. First level spells. Next one will be the cantrip. And then it'll be the second level, and so on. It pretty much gives you access to all of it straight away. So it's up to you to make sure that you are putting in the spells you want and only when you need to be able to add them. For first level, so we'll just go with Chaos Bolt. This guy's self, for our cantrip, because I know I'm not actually specifically limiting it to enchantment or whatever. I'm just doing this for an example because I can't be asked to. I will show that actually. Never mind. I will show that. Let's go to spells. You all are open a new tab. This is just a way for you to filter spells and use this, so it makes it easier for you to choose. Sorcerer. Wait for it to load. Warlock. And Wizard. And then in Show Advanced Filters, there should be Spell School, and here you can choose Enchantment, Divination, and then you vault spells. And there you go. So here's the ones that are on there, and of course you can limit by the spell level. You see, so Charm Person, Detect Magic, let's go with those two. Okay. There you go. Then we can use our list to check for the cantrips that we can choose. I did something stupid there. Yeah, not many choices. Let's just say encode thoughts. There it is. So that's what we should be able to choose. Obviously, you'd have these options for later levels. Not much you can really do about that, but it's choice. And then now when we go to our character sheet, the spells will be there. And of course, when you want to level up, we can just click on the character builder. So to level 3, we should now be able to choose the second level spells. We can go into our second level spells. Now we get to choose the 2 more from second level. And so, let's see, right now. Again, we have to choose here. So you can go here and choose second. Okay. Let's take a look. So, broad knowledge, criminals. Broad knowledge, criminals. There we go. And then we just go over to our character sheet again, and they should be there. So there you go. So that's one way of doing it again. If that's a better option for you. What helps? Thank you very much. Bye.